everybody, and welcome to the Disabled Team, and welcome to your FPL Weekly FPL Roundup Show. How are you doing, Russell?
Good. Reality, fantasy, expected, but I will come back with a lot of vengeance very soon.
It's fighting talk, that, Russell. It's fighting talk. And how are you, Lily?
Yeah, good.
You sound it, mate. You sound it. I mean, even you aren't getting too optimistic about Leeds United anymore, are you, Lee?
No.
No, I bet you are. Anyway, let's use it, chat. Tom left a message saying, may not be able to join, so I will comment now. 75 minus 16, solid week.
It's like minus 60. I love his minuses. Massive.
I was right to drop Gakpo in favour of Eze, but it may be a net loss, as I might have to transfer Eze out so that I can bring in Rashford. I now need to settle on a squad for the remaining game weeks.
Let's see if you're out of that bottom place. If you're catching, he's bottom, isn't he? He's trying to catch up with the other guy. So
Gruffalo, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking about Gruffalo, he sent me a message yesterday. To let us know what he's about and stuff. So yeah.
Okay, Gruffalo Soldier.
Gruffalo Soldier. I think he's going to be more engaged next season if he can. But he's going to try and be more engaged next season. Right, anyway, so I've got through messages in the chat. Hi, everyone at home who's watching us, by the way. Hope everybody's doing well. Right, let's start by going through the tables like we normally do, Russell. Share screen, and that. Speak at Devilish's Gruffalo Soldiers team. Let's make it a bit bigger so everyone can see it. It's something I forgot to do, but I'll do it now. Right, here we go. Right, game week 32, we got 75 points, as it says, minus 5 transfers, minus 16, so that's 69. No, 59. 59, isn't it? Yeah, 59. 59 points we got this week. Pope in goal with 2, Scar with 8, Trippier with 2, Van Dijk with 1, Eze with 3, Odegaard with 7, Martinelli with 9, Saka catching 26, Billing 2, Tony 9, Kane 6. And on the bench, it was Steele with 0, Buono with 0, Mings with 2, Haaland obviously didn't play.
Good captain choice.
Yeah.
Saka. Yeah, I mean, that's Southampton, weren't it?
Yeah.
That was a weird. I mean, it's been a weird weekend for results, but yeah, I mean, I was pretty happy until Saka scored because I think Odegaard was on for free bonus, possibly, but the 3 Arsenal midfielders, Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, all returned. Perfect.
It's mad, isn't it, though? How they all returned, but Arsenal just simply couldn't handle Southampton.
It was a weird game. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was watching it, and then we'll go to my team later, but I was like, within the minute, I was like, what? What the hell is going on?
It's been a funny old season this season, mate, and I hate to say this, but the quicker it's over, regardless of where Leeds finish, the better for me, honestly.
Yeah, it's been
so well done, Bridlin and Peacocks, well done. I want us to survive, of course I do, but I don't. You know what I mean? It's just been a drain, hasn't it? It's been an absolute drain. So well done, Tom. So next one is Gruffalo. Speaking about Gruffalo, final points 8.
At last, someone's team, his team, because he doesn't do anything to it, has finally got its comeuppance.
Yeah.
Usually he sits there, does nothing, and his team does well. It's really annoying.
So this is going to be beautiful to read off. Lloris -1, Young 1, Van Dijk 2, Shaw didn't play, Fabinho 4, Gallagher didn't play, Foden didn't play, Zaha 0 didn't play, did he? Jesus 2, Haaland didn't play, Havertz didn't play. And on the bench, Ramsdale with 2, Coutinho, Cancelo, Thiago Silva, blanked.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he's not really doing out, so you get an 8. You haven't done it. I mean, normally some of these people have been getting pretty good scores and they've not even changed the team. So it's actually nice for once it did. It went against them. So
Jamie ranked 1,199,535 out of a possible 1,199,536 or something probable.
1 million was
Yeah.
11 million, didn't it?
That's mad. Yeah, so that's Scruffalo taken care of. Next one on list is Vibes. 36 points this week. Ramsdale 2, me 2, Van Dijk 1, Trippier 2, Scar 8, Billing 2, Martinelli 9, Trossard 1, Tony 9, Moore 0, Haaland blanked because he didn't play. Pope 2, Martinez didn't play, Rashford didn't play, De Bruyne didn't play.
Yeah. Well, like I said again, he's not really playing, is he? So
no. So we'll move on to the next team swiftly.
Yes.
Right. This is Ismail's team. Yeah, this is Ismail's team. Edison blanked. Sorry, I better say he got 25 points, but I don't think he's engaged. Young 1, Dunk didn't play, Trippier 2, Almiron 4, Saka 13, Trossard 1, Rodrigo 2, Jesus 2, Mitrovic 0, Haaland didn't play. Ward 0, Webster didn't play, Saliba 0. Saliba's injured, isn't he?
Yeah.
And Van Dijk, with his captain, didn't play. Hi, Ravinder. Hope you're doing well. Hello,
Ravinder.
And I, Angel. Hope you're doing well, mate. I had 66 points.
I knew Angel was going to come in. He loves it. You know, sometimes when you get people come in the chat and you think, yeah, they're going to stick around. I knew Angel was going to stick around.
Yeah, he's been in a few. He come on. I think he were on the Extra Time Show Friday as well. I think he popped in as well.
Good for you, Angel. Welcome to the family. The Manson
family. He's met some really good people, I hope. Next one on list. I've just done this mail, haven't I? Yeah, I've just done that one. What am I doing? Right, sorry, I clicked on the wrong button there. Right, next one's Nurse team. 48 points. Pope with 2, Scar with 8, Totti 0, Trippier 2, Saka 13, De Silva 1, Odegaard 7, Fernandes didn't play, Kane 9, Tony 9, and Vice Captain Haaland didn't play. And Captain were on bench, Rashford didn't play, Sarkic 0, Vestergaard 0, and Saliba 0.
Don't really have to say much because they're not engaged, so we won't hang around too much with that.
Next team up list, Planet 24, 50 points this week. No transfers. Roddick 0, Mings 2, Dyer -1. It was Dyer. Delat blanked, didn't play, sorry. Andreas 10, Almiron 4, Salah 7, Saka captain 26, Jesus 2, Mitrovic 0, Haaland didn't play. And on a bench, he had Henderson, who didn't play 0, Cancelo's not even in country anymore, Saliba with 0, Rashford didn't play.
No, again, we don't have to do. One thing that's annoying with that team is he didn't even try and he beat me. So that is an annoying team.
Right, the next team on list is Team Pool, 44 points. Alisson with 2, Kilman with 1, Alexander Arnold 5, Trippier 2, Salah 14, De Silva 1, Mateus 2, Trossard 1, Johnson 1, Tony 9, Kane 6, Henderson on the bench, Henderson with 0, Lamptey didn't play, Ayling 0, didn't play, and March didn't play.
No, isn't engaged, so we can move on. No, this person is engaged. We're now starting to get to people that, when we get to the teams that are actually trying, we'll then look at the team and discuss. This person is trying, so we can talk about this team.
Let's go to the next one. I'll just read this comment out. I had 66 points and had a 3,000 rise in my rank.
That's good. Well done.
That's good. Well done.
Yeah, well done. What's your rank, Angel?
Happy Amaret. 61 points. Made 2 transfers, -4.
Yeah.
So that's 50, 56. No, 50. No, 57.
57, that's
Yeah,
right.
57. 57 points in total. Ramsdale with 2. Trippier with 2. Guano with 0. Me with 2. Gay with 6, who were a vice captain. Almeida on 4. Saka 13. Murphy 13. Tony 9. Jesus 4. Harry Kane 6. And on the bench, Alisson with 2. Matoma didn't play. Grealish didn't play. Emerson Royal also didn't play with 0.
Couple of points on that team. Murphy, what a pick. 13 points for Newcastle against Spurs. Oh my lord, what a whooping. Jesus' captain is frustrating. Could have been a lot better. That's just unfortunate. It's the way it falls. Ben Mee, I'll go on to when we get to my team. Brentford's conceded in the 88th minute. Very frustrating. We should get a good transfer. Guy from Crystal Palace, clean sheet. So.
As Angel says, I remember on the stream Lee says that he was thinking of captaining Eze as captain. Did you do it, Lee?
Oh, wait there. You will know soon, Angel, because at some point we will get to Lee's team and he will tell you.
So well done, Happy. Well done for getting your 61 points.
Yeah, that's
now
a good score.
The next one is why have I done it twice? Stockholm, here we go. Mrs. Mamani, here she is, bless her. 2 transfers, minus 4 points, 67, take away 4. 63. Yeah, 63 points. Nearly 20, well, over 20 places points above average, which I think is pretty good. Pope 2, Sinchenko 0, Trippier 2, Soufal, good pick 11, Ben Mee 2, Salah 14, who were captain, Saka 13, vice captain, Buendia 5, Eze 3, Isaac 13, Jesus 2. And on the bench, she had Raya with 2, and Haaland and Matoma Esteparian didn't play. So talk through that for us. Talk through that team for us, please, Mr. Russell.
Well, as a week, is a very solid week. Soufal or Kufal. I wasn't expecting West Ham to keep clean sheets. So that ended up being perfect. Zinchenko was frustrating because I remember in the stream it was like Zinchenko weren't starting. Oh, he is starting. That's a bonus, and then he doesn't get anything anyway. So he actually ends up on 0. So that part's frustrating. But Isaac, he's a hot property right now. So yeah, good solid week. You know, what's that? 63 points. So yeah, good week. And is she closing in on? Where is she? Harmony. I said to get up to 8th, didn't I? Or was it 8th? Mm-hmm. Or was it top 10? No, she's closing in. Yeah, so yeah, she's definitely closing in on the target. So well done. Good week.
Really good week, Amanda. Well done. Next team on the list. Here we go, Lee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, right, yeah. Let's start with your keeper.
Whale, give me 2. Ben Mee, give me 2. Trippier, give me 2. Gabio, give me 1. Warburg, give me 0.
Conte,
give me 1. Eze, give me 6.
Who was your
captain?
Yo.
Gapo, give me 1. Saka, give me 13. Everton, give me 9. And Kane, give me 6.
And on the bench? Iverson,
give me 2. McAllister, give me 0. Haaland, give me 0. And Tom, give me 0.
It's that different. I mean, I feel a bit bad because I did recommend him Canate, is it? Canate? And I didn't see Forest. I mean, it's been a weird set of results. The Arsenal one, the Liverpool one, and Newcastle. I mean, there's some really weird. Even West Ham, I thought, was a weird score. So yeah, I mean, sadly, the defence, Lee. Oh man, how many points you got from that? 2-2-2. 8 points from 6 players.
Yeah.
that's real pain at the back, isn't it? I mean, when you get a bit further forward, all his points have come from 3 players, Saka, Tony, Kane. We did think Eze could be a risk, but it could have been a good risk. Sadly, he didn't fall on the good side. And Gatko had a good week against Leeds, does nothing against Forest. So what can you do, eh? That's fantasy football for you.
But Lee, I'm proud of you for sticking to your guns and picking Eze. I am. You stuck to your guns. You knew what you wanted. That's good enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's good enough for me. I'm happy with you. I'm proud
took
of
a
you.
risk, didn't pay off. Sometimes it does. I'll let you go through the comments quickly, Stu, to catch up with people.
Right, well, Avinda says, no good week for me at fantasy last week. I am coming back. I hope so, but I'm going to bounce back. I hope you do, Avinda.
That's what we like to see.
Let's go.
Yep.
Well, it starts from tomorrow, doesn't it? It's tomorrow, next week.
Yeah, it's weird. We've got so many streams this week. So many streams.
And Gel says, Eze captain is cool. He is going to become my favourite very fast. Yeah.
What you'll
Lee's
notice in this
wild
angle,
things.
we do have a few players, Harmony and Lee, they do take risks, which is interesting because if everyone was like me, it wouldn't be that much fun. But you got to love the risk takers. They do make it interesting.
Respect the league, mate. Respect the league. That's what I say.
Yeah, it's good.
So well done, Lee. I'm proud of you for sticking to your guns. Next week, I think you'll come back stronger. Right, next one up is Tilly 007. 67 points this week. Didn't make any transfers. Pickford with 6, White with 4, Botman 2, Means 2, Castagna 10. That's a great pick.
Hopefully not a good pick tomorrow.
Yeah, Salah with 7. I don't know. I'm playing Leeds. If I had triple captain, I think I might even triple captain one of Leicester players tomorrow. The way we play.
Yeah,
anyway, Saka 13, Madison blanked 0 because he was injured. He's back this week. Is Madison apparently? Murphy 13, Watkins 4, Kane 6. On the bench, Ward was 0. Marsh didn't play. Van Bissaka didn't play. Haaland didn't play. Before I carry on, did you watch that Man United and Brighton game?
Yeah, I did.
Brighton are so much better than Man United, you know.
Oh yeah, I think they deserve to win. Good team, Brighton. Very good team.
Yeah,
they can do that. They can do that thing which Leeds can't. They can keep possession.
Yeah. My 3 transfers for -4 over 2 weeks got me 19 points instead of 2 great moves. Yeah. So it pays off, doesn't it, Amani? It does pay off every now and again to take your -4 hit and stuff. It does. Have sold Eze for March and made 0.1 on Eze too. See, she's a businesswoman.
That's what I mean. It's good. Everyone's picking it up and doing well. Like I said, she's moving up the table within that little league. It's good.
I put captain on Salah. Lee is making me look boring, legend. You're a legend according to Angel. You're a legend in Brazil, Lee. Everywhere he goes, Lee's a legend. Everywhere he goes.
I mean, you've got. I mean, let's be honest. You would have thought Palace would have beat Everton. So yeah. I mean, looking at Tilly's team, I actually look at that team. It's a good, solid team. I think the thing that's hurt her is captain choice. Ironically, it's the captaincy that's hurt her.
Yeah, Watkins instead of being Saka or Salah. Well, Salah.
Yeah, anyone else should have been up into the 70s. But again, she's obviously someone that didn't have a free hit or didn't want to use a free hit. So she's took the risk. And, 10 players, that's a good score.
It really is. Right, next one on the list. Well done, Chile. Next one on the list is Liam. For obvious reasons, he hasn't been engaging in the last couple of weeks. I told you the reason why Russell, didn't I?
Yeah.
So he's on 46 points. He still beats average, even though he hasn't done it. Kepa blank because he didn't play. Trippier 2, Gabriel 1, Estepurian didn't play. Almiron 4, Odegaard 7, Saka 13, Matoma didn't play. Captain Allen didn't play. Kane 6, Isaac 13. On the bench it were Ward 0, De Bruyne blanked. Tenganga 0. Lewis blanked. So
I
his
think that-
captain was Haaland too. So where did his right? That's a good question for you, Russell. Haaland's his captain. Matoma's his vice captain. Where would his points have gone?
Nowhere. If you pick your captain, and then let's say your captain doesn't play, then your vice captain doesn't play, you get no points, no double points.
Ah, right.
So you have to make sure when you pick a vice captain, make sure it's someone you think who's going to start. I mean, because he's not playing it, he's obviously picked two players which aren't playing. So sadly, he was never going to get his double points. But let's say it's a normal week, and let's say Haaland got injured, and you only found out Saturday morning. Always make sure that your vice captain is someone that's going to regularly start like Saka.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So well done, Liam, even though you didn't participate this week, but well done, week 46. Next team on list is the Doctor, Bowen the Menace. 89 points this week, Russell, no transfers.
Look at that game week rank. Amazing.
4,979.
Great rank.
Pickford 6, Tardoski 6, Doc Trippier 2, Scar 8, Constania 10, Mikalenko 8, Saka 13, Martinelli 9, Odegaard 14, Emblemo 7, Kane 6, and on the bench, Edison, Mitoma, Haaland, Almiron before.
Can't argue. That's every player bar Trippier has returned. It's beautiful when you see every player return. That's I didn't even realise this. That's a fantastic score. I'm glad he's not a direct rival because that's a really good score this week. Amazing, really good. I mean, they're not picks you would think of either. I mean, he's got Milinko, Castagna, Tarkowski, Pickford. You're very brave to be betting on everything clean sheets, but he came through for him, so fair play.
Yeah, he went triple Everton, didn't he?
Yeah.
Wow.
That normally won't happen, but this week he got rewarded, so fair play.
For my transfer, I need to wait if Ake can play, and if he will not, then I will get Stones instead, I think.
You bet, Angel, you are playing Pep Roulette, so good luck trying to figure out who plays for Man City.
Oh, yeah. He gives it's about as much away as what bloody Gracia does. Anyway, next team. But well done, the Doctor.
Highest score, that's the highest score of the week by far.
Yeah. Well done, Doctor. Now it's me. 66 points, but I took a -8 because I made 3 transfers.
Okay.
So that's what's that? 74? 58. 58, is it? Right, 58.
Yeah, you're going up, mate, not down.
Yeah, sorry. I can always try, can't I? I can always try.
The system will always get you. Yeah, the system will always get you, I'm afraid.
Tom's in chat. I meant to ask you if you could say a few words about form points in FPL and whether you place any importance on it. There you go. Question for you. I meant to
ask you if you could say a few words about form points in FPL or whether you play. What's form points? If a player's like doing well, you don't get form points, do you? You don't get any extra points for form. Is that what he means, or?
No, you get bonus points.
No, you get bonus points during the game. It's not on form. I mean, if a player's having a good run, they won't get any extra points. It's per game, isn't it? So someone like Haaland, who's scoring regular, he won't get like extra points because he's on a hot run. He'll only get points during that one game if he does enough to get the bonus points. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know how the bonus points work. I mean, it's quite. I've never really looked into that in the sense of the bonus. How do they give out the bonus? Maybe someone in the chat know. We've got a few more people though who obviously play fantasy football on a regular. They might know that. I don't. I've never actually gone into this and gone. You could probably look through the rules, couldn't you, and check. I've never really done that. So no, you don't get any for form, but obviously just during the game.
But good question, Tom. So that's my team. Sorry, Right, Raya with 2, Trippier with 2, Botman with 2, White with 4. Salah as my captain 14, Saka 13 as my vice captain, Martinelli 9, Eze 3, Kane 6, Watkins 2. Very disappointed in Watkins. Tony 9, and on the bench I had Ward with 0. Pinnock would have got me 2. Estepurian and Mitoma didn't play.
So I guess the thing that's annoyed you is Harry Kane.
Harry Kane and Watkins, if I'm honest.
No. Annoyed you in the sense of your defence. Harry Kane scoring.
Yeah.
And also the Brentford goal, the Villa goal, because it got red.
Yeah, with 2, Botman and Trippier, and Kane scoring, yeah. And what Watkins let me down a bit.
Yeah, but he's still a good player. I mean, I was expecting. I'll say it a bit more, but I not pushed you. I directed you towards Salah. I thought you'd have got more points than that. I was glad you did it because I knew he could really hurt me. So only 1 goal from Salah, considering it was Forest. That's quite disappointing, really, isn't it?
Just goes to prove that they aren't as good as what people think they are when they beat us 6-1.
Yeah, only against Leeds. Oh, could you go back onto the? Oh, here you go. Angel's answered it. There you go.
In the transfer part of the website, you can search for a player selection by form, and it has ratings.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can click on the plus. Have a look. Form, TSB, points per match, 5.9. Yeah, I don't really know how that works. Ask Angel and Tom. If you guys chat in the chat, he might be able to give you an answer, Tom, because Angel might be quite clued up on it as well. So he might have the answer for you, that one.
So, yeah, 66 points, at least I got more points than what I got last week.
Well, I'm looking at your ranks. You got all green arrows, so
first time in about 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, you still got to break that million, though, Stu. That's the problem. You got to break that million. You got to get into.
I know. I'm struggling a bit with that, if I'm honest, but I will get there.
Yeah, but still a good score.
Target of mine.
Yeah, you've got to get into that million before the season ends.
So overall, mate, just one of them weeks, I guess.
We haven't done too bad. I mean, you did pretty well.
I've got over average points, what I can always keep looking out for.
Yeah. So it's been not an awful week, pretty good week for you.
Do you know? I don't know what it is. Leeds United seem to they dent your comfort. They just dent your mood, don't they? Just thinking about.
Yeah. I get very moody. Yeah, after the Leeds game, I had to go and pick up Kelly and her family in the car. I didn't say anything. I was driving and they was all having a good time, and I was just like this. Yeah, I felt like I wanted to explode, but I knew I couldn't because they don't care. It's only when you're really into your football club that it hurts, doesn't it? So.
I'm afraid so. World Coast Wanderers, McAllister, 39 points this week, 1 transfer. Ward 0, Trippier 2, Gabriel 1, Botman 2, Tadowski 6, Rodrigo 2, Martinelli 9, Odegaard vice captain 7, Matoma didn't play, Watkins captain 4, and Kane 6. And obviously on a bench, none of the players played. Sanchez, Ake, Haaland, De Bruyne.
Yeah, I mean, the captaincy choice has killed him, and he's only had 9 players play. So, he's had a bad week this week. I mean, Martinelli and Odegaard came through. He was probably sitting pretty happy after Friday, pretty much like I was at Friday. I was like, oh, not too bad, actually. But, the captaincy choice and just, no goalkeeper. It's just hurt him overall, hasn't it? Havinder's back. Havinder, I think you're back. I think actually we're on your team next. I think you've got some explaining to do, lad.
He is. So Angel says, I don't use it. I prefer to look at the fixtures more instead of focusing on what is in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I've never used it personally, but everyone plays it differently, don't they? So
Right then, Avinda, this is your team, mate.
Avinda, explain yourself to the group.
23 points this week,
Go
Avinda.
and sit on the naughty step.
Raya with 2. Trippier with 2. Haru with 0. Gabriel with 1. Ben Mee with 2. De Bruyne didn't play. Andreas with 10. Madison 0. Haaland didn't play. Solanke 2. And Captain Watkins 4. And on the bench, he had Edison, who didn't play. Enzo didn't play. Dilap did play. And Rashford did play.
Yes, I mean, Madison, I'll go into Madison on my team. That's unfortunate. Solanke not returning. Damn. Watkins, captain. I can see why I picked him. He thankfully, he leads a rubbish and he got the points for Andreas. That saved him. But he had 8 players playing. Man, I mean, he's probably not too badly set up going forward. Obviously, we know free hit. I don't know if he has got. I don't think he's got any chips. I mean, 23. That's punishing. That's punishing. Yeah, that's punishing. I mean, I remember Havinda saying 3 weeks ago he's going to catch me. I mean, Havinda, famous last words, lads. Famous. You have to put that on your grave. I will catch.
He's coming back for you, mate. He's coming back for you. He said that he's going to bounce back.
Yeah, next year.
Come on, Avinda.
Next year. But yeah, bad week, but we all get them, sadly.
Right, next team is Harry Peterson. 60 points. Didn't make any transfers. Allison with 2, White with 4, Trippier with 2, me with 2, Pinnock with 2, Botman with 2, Andreas Fakis captain 10, Martinelli 9, Saka 13, Watkins 2, Kane captain 12. And on a bench, Raya would have got 2, Grealish, Haaland, Matoma didn't play. It's been a pretty straightforward week this week. Going through them for some reason. I don't know why, but it seems to be a bit easier this week.
Because we're basically not hanging around on the teams that aren't participating. Again, his defence could have been amazing. You know, Harry Kane scores and Douglas Luiz scores for Villa. He could have got loads of points on that defence, but it just ends up with 2-2-2-2-2. Andreas, his midfield, brilliant, come through. Captain choice, got a few points. Good solid week, 60 points. Can't complain. Good week.
No. So good week. Good week, Harry.
Pretty set up going forward as well. So yeah, solid.
Right. So now we're coming to one of Russell's thorns in his side.
The sandwich. I'm back in the sandwich.
Darren Higgins used his free hit. He got 75 points this week. He had Johnson in net with 10, Trippier 2, Alex Moreno 2, Alexander Arnold 5, Saka 13, Salah 14, Eze 3, Martinelli 9, Diego Jota 13, Jesus 2, who was his vice captain, Watkins 2. His captain was Mo Salah, with 14 points. On the bench, he had Guetta with 0. Andreas would have got him 10. Dawson 1 and Mings 2.
I mean, if you ever look at a team of someone who watches content creators, this is like your team. As soon as you see Johnston in a team, you know they watch other people. But he was on. This is the first free hit team we've come across, so I knew it was going to be tough against the free hitters. And this is pretty much a template free hitters team, basically. And the template free hit team did pretty well. So those who didn't free hit got punished duly. The only thing that's
making me 33, he'll go back to that team. Raya, Chilwell, Trippier, Dunk, me.
Yeah,
Matoma, Fernandez.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that's making me smile in that team is that he had Andreas on the bench first, so thankfully he didn't come on. But it's a solid free hit team. A lot of them quite. So the only one I would say he went different with was Jota. So fair play, he did go Jota, and that did come through for you. And not many people picked Jota, I thought. So
yeah,
but yeah, very good week. Very good week. But I think get the talcum powder out, incoming for Darren too. You'll have to get that talcum powder out.
Still on my desk, mate.
Good.
Right, here we go. Next team. Your team that were Russell.
I know. Everyone can revel in this. Right, I had Raya and Henry. I'll do them as a 2. And I thought, clean sheet incoming. They could see the 88th. Robertson worked out all right. Did get an assist, but I didn't expect Liverpool to concede 2. Trippier, Holden. Now, this is the one I went, I had to kind of budget. And I thought, I'll have a little cheeky Arsenal defender against Southampton. What happens? They conceded in 48 seconds. I was like, then I rely on him to score from set pieces. So, yeah, Holden, very frustrated. I wasn't expecting Arsenal to concede 3. Maddison, again, there was no inkling that he was injured, was there? We had no word of Maddison not playing. And then he's ill, doesn't start. So, again, what can I do with that? Odegaard 7, that transfer has worked out beautifully. Picked my captain right. I actually picked the one player who got the most points. So, Martinelli, 18. So, my instincts were right at that. Harder didn't play. Thank God Kane got a goal in that game because it hurt a lot of other people. But I needed those points. And Watkins too. And that was it. So, I had 9 players playing in the end. But thankfully, that's down to Maddison. I think Maddison in that game would have done all right, but he was ill. So what do you do? Mixed with a weird set of results and a few people out I didn't expect. Bad week. But it could have been a lot worse. So I will take that because Salah could have gone crazy and that would have really hurt me. But like I said to you guys last week, I'm throwing out the line to bring some fish back in. And I think you're going to find very, very soon my fish is going to come in.
At the moment, you're fishing for a carp and you're catching a tiddlywink.
Yeah. I'm catching a
perch.
No, I'm catching a trolley. We see trolleys in the river. So yeah. Havinder's loving it. There. I didn't know Haaland was playing Russell. Well, I had to just put someone in there. Yeah, he's just sat there. I was never going to free hit because I could get 10 players. But sadly, Maddison and Holden didn't work. But actually, I look at it and go, well, I picked my captain right. So, but yeah, it was a bit punishing. And I did say last week, I'm expecting Reds this week, and I did get Reds. Annoyingly, at half time in the Liverpool game, it was pretty good. I was thinking, I might get away with this. You know what I mean? Everything was kind of all right. I was like, actually, this is all going all right. Second half on the Saturday, that's when it kind of fell apart a bit.
But yeah, I mean, look, you're still second, Russell. That's all that matters. You're still clinging on to Richie's coach strings, aren't you? Really?
Well, as we'll see on his next one,
I ain't seen it.
Okay, then we'll wait till we go on it then.
Tell me, Stu to Russell. Bad. And then he's laughing his head.
Wait there. This isn't from the person who got 23 points, is it? Telling me I did bad.
Here we go. Right, let's see how Richie did, because this is the first time I'm going to be seeing it right now. Oh, wow. He used his free hit like you said he were going to do, Russell.
Yeah, he had to use his free hit.
Johnson with 10. Alexander Arnold 5, Trippier 2, Moreno 2. Martinelli 9, Saka 13, Salah 14, who were his captain. Gakpo 1, who were his vice captain. Eze 3, Watkins 2, Jesus 2, and on Jesus 2, and on a bench Iverson 2, Solanke 2, Castagna 10. That's painful, and so is Mitchell with 5 as defenders. That's 15 points on the bench.
I'm liking that. Now you could almost copy and paste the two Higgins teams and put them together.
Yeah,
the free hit teams were very template. So I mean, he actually is his dad. I think probably did better. So I'm actually happy that didn't punish me as much as for a free hit team. The talcum powder should really be out, but I didn't feel like it was a talcum powder. But he got 23 points extra on the free hit team. 10 points came from Johnston. Salah, the Liverpool game, kind of went for me in a weird way. Like I said, get that talcum powder out. So it was a good, solid week, but he's got a lot of points on his bench.
Just giving it a shake because I thought I might have had to use it this week, but I haven't.
No. But again, he's got a lead. I mean, he is going to be, Richie, 55, 8. What's that? 47 points ahead. So I'm just going to have to pull out something spectacular to catch. But inroads should be made. See you later, Hervinder. You got to beat 23 this week.
Fight back. Nobody's Avinda, but yeah, you fight back. Well, you fight back, Avinda. You keep going, mate. You're doing really well.
Avinda,
right, guys.
Avinda will get 24 next week. You want to say?
I want to ask you something when we finish, just about FPL, if I can, before I forget.
Okay. Well, that's the whole league's done, isn't it?
Yeah. So well done for leading again, Richie. Much, you're doing really well. So keep it up. But I'll have you know that Russell is gunning for you. He's definitely gunning for you, Richie.
Well,
there's no doubt about it.
The thing I did like about this week is seeing the free hit chips used. So I'm loving that. While you talk to the chat, Stu, I'm going to quickly just grab the toilet before we go on to our next bit.
Yep. So yeah, that's fine, mate. Right. So and what I'm going to do? Stop sharing screen. And now we're all together. So right, guys, back to some serious talks. Now, higher score. If Ramsdale will play again, I think we will need to put the captaincy on Haaland. Yeah, this is what I was going to ask you. I haven't got Haaland in my team, everybody. Now, I'm willing to make one transfer, and I'm willing to drop Kane to bring Haaland in, but that because I haven't got the money to take Tony Watkins out to get to Kane. So, is it worth Haaland being in your team or Kane in your team? And the teams, and the reason why I'm saying that is, I'll tell you the fixtures now. So, right, Lee, are you ready? Right, so are you there, Lee? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Right, so the fixtures this week, the fixtures for Haaland and Kane, when it loads up, my internet's been playing for it. Right, here we go. Right, so Arsenal have got Man City. Now, who do, and Tottenham have got Man United. So we were just talking, Russell, about right, for me to bring Haaland back in, I've got to take Kane out.
Okay.
Now, it's either Haaland against Arsenal or Kane against Man United.
Ooh. Well, you would say Haaland.
I think so. And I only have to make one transfer.
But with the injuries looking at Man United, I think Kane could still score against Man United.
You see, it's the only way I can do it by making one transfer.
Okay, it's up to you, mate.
I mean, the other way around it is I take more Salah out, bring in another midfielder. That's my one transfer. Then bring in, take out a Watkins and bring in Haaland.
Or you just don't have Haaland. Have a double 2 transfers next week. I mean, let's be honest, guys. Arsenal's a tough game.
I think Man City will beat them quite comfortably.
Okay.
But high score. Right, Amani says, my team this week is Pope, me, Trippier, Estepuri, Salah, Saka, Matoma, Marsh, Jesus, Isaac, Haaland, and captain either Salah or Haaland.
Who are Liverpool got?
Liverpool have got
West Ham.
West Ham away.
That's a tough one. I would probably go Haaland. But Salah's a good option. Hello, Hammerhead. How you doing? Salah against West Ham, so he won't get many points. I don't know. He usually does well against West Ham, doesn't he? Salah.
Yeah, but West Ham are up rise, aren't they? They're totally demolished. But
It is, but it is. Liverpool are weird. They can either batter you or the crap.
yeah. I think this season, I think you've got to look away from Liverpool players. I think next season they'll come good next season. Liverpool,
yeah, but wait, there you say you got to look.
I don't mean get rid of Salah. What I'm saying is, if you're going to captain a player, I'd sooner captain Haaland over Salah. You've got to look away from Salah.
Because Liverpool players are hot property in fantasy football right now because all the prices are going up.
Yeah.
I thought Salah scored a few against West Ham. I remember did he score a couple when you beat you? Was it 4-1 or something a couple of years ago? I swear he got a couple when it was during the lockdown.
Good evening, Ahmed. Hammerhead, are you feeling confident that David Moyes can actually beat a top? So Manchester not in top 6 are they this season?
Still scored though. Oh wait, there! I swear there was a goal where Salah ran through and he was like a big move. Then he was just 1-on-1 and scored, not a penalty. I remember that. Goal.
Hammerhead says we normally do well against Salah. Normally deal with him well. I like Liverpool players for now because they have 2 games in game week 34. Good point. That is a good point, Angel.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Look, Liverpool's central counter-attack. Yeah, it was in 2021. They won 3-1. Mohamed Salah's second strike. I remember that goal because I remember watching it. I was like, "Oh, that's a hell of a goal." Yeah, it was in the lockdown. You remember there was no one in the stadiums. Yeah. I don't know. He scores a few against. He's Salah. He's good. He's just a good player.
I like the Liverpool players now because they have 2 games in game week 34. When do Man City are Man City blanking again anytime soon, Russell?
I don't think so. No, I think all the fixtures now are in place, aren't they? So I think now to the end of the season, it is what it is. So
right. So if you're going to bring Haaland in, it's not like I have to transfer him out in 2 weeks again in a row.
No, Man City play every week. So yeah, you'll be fine.
Wait,
no, that's weird. Are Leeds playing Man City and it's a Saturday kickoff, 3 o'clock, and it's on Sky? That's really weird.
Yeah, they've moved time, haven't they? Apparently, they've moved it.
I didn't think they was allowed to do 3 o'clock kickoffs in England. I mean,
it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, that is weird. Well, that'll be fun for the whole world to watch. Just get absolutely demolished.
Yeah, we beat them 3-2 last season at home.
Did Salah score or get an assist in that goal?
Manchester City, Liverpool, Brighton, Man United all have 2 game weeks. Well, I've got Brighton players. That ain't a problem. I've got. Let me check my team. I've got Brighton players. I know I've got 3 Brighton players, so I'm happy with that. But I ain't got I don't think I've got any Man United players, Man City players now. I took them out.
You have to check.
It's Liverpool, Brighton, Manchester United.
You'll have to check overhead because if Salah's got an assist or a goal in that game last year, and then the year before he got 2 goals, I wouldn't say West Ham deal with him well because he's getting returns against you. To me, he's a problem. He's someone that does well against West Ham.
Right, I've got no Man United players, so that doesn't affect me. Angel, I've got 1 Liverpool player. I've got 2 Brighton boys. See, I took out Marsh. No, I took out McAllister, didn't I? I might have to make a -4 hit. I know what I'm going to do. Don't worry about it.
The classic stew. That's funny.
It'll be worth it. Yeah, I'm taking a -4 hit. I'm I'm bringing either McAllister or March back in. I might bring Solly March back in over McAllister this time round.
Yeah, Mo Salah got an assist against, because I've just read the report. Mo Salah cleverly won a free kick from Declan Rice at the edge of the area. Alexander Arnold curled in a fantastic effort past Lupus Fabianski. So Salah in the last 2 games at West Ham away, or at West Ham, has got 2 goals and assist. To me, that's someone that's not. I wouldn't say you guys controlled him that well. He has 3 returns for you in 2 games. So Salah is a captaincy choice against West Ham on the history.
Salah's history for West Ham is 11 played, 9 goals, 3 assists, 3
That's
passes
good.
to goal.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty damn impressive.
Stephen, I hope you're well, mate. I ain't been able to talk to you in person. You always leave messages. Leeds need to be on attack from the start of the match, and midfielders need to win second balls. And striker needs to be clinical. Defenders need to tackle hard and go tight on them the Leeds way.
So that means 3-0 to Leicester by the first 20 minutes?
Well, I can't rule that out because Tottenham went 5-0 in 20 minutes. No, 4-0. We're at 5 in 20 minutes.
If anyone's going to the game, just make sure you give the players abuse and you give the directors abuse. They have to be told they're not doing well enough. These players need a rocket up their arse, and they need it from the fans. So I'm expecting a Leicester win. And you know what? I was reading somewhere that it was hilarious. There was fans asking for Archie Gray to start.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, are we this? I mean, I know he's a good prospect, but that shows the state of us, doesn't it? Where we're how desperate we are. It's pathetic.
Well, people are calling for Meslier to be dropped. I don't think Garcia's got any intention to drop him Meslier personally.
I mean, I can understand that. But if we're a club and relying on the 17-year-old to drag us out of a relegation bowl, we deserve to be relegated. No, it's not about us having faith, Steve, and it's they have to show me something. It's not my job to get them up. It's their job to get me excited, and they're not. It's their job to do their job, but they're not doing it. So, I will support them. But it is partly down to them as well. They've
got to give you some. They've got to show you something to get behind them.
The club and the team aren't giving us anything right now, so they deserve a bit of stick.
Can I ask you something, Russell? I mean, it's gone on to Leeds again, but can I ask you something?
Yes.
Bamford's fit. Rodrigo or Bamford at top?
God, I don't know. Rodrigo is.
It's an hard choice. It's a bit like right back, Ailing or Rasmus.
Yeah, do you cut off your arm or do you cut off your leg?
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
I don't know. I think it's a mental thing, though. Anyway, we won't drag it to Leeds too much. This is a fantasy football stream. We fall into this trap quite a lot in the fantasy football. Interestingly, coming back to fantasy football, there is a bit of news that there is maybe a few Man United players injured this week. So it could be interesting. I heard Fernandes might be injured this week.
I'm just gonna go Man United team for red flags and yellow flags.
Rafinha was a brilliant fantasy football choice. He was so good. He literally he carried us so much last year. Yeah, I can't remember how many points he got, but I think Rafinha was it like 150 points or something.
Martinez is red flagged. Varane is red flagged. McTominay's orange flagged. That Garnacho, he's red flagged. Donny van der Beek's red flagged. God, I've got some knocks, haven't they, in injuries?
Yeah, but the big ones are Rashford and Fernandes because a lot of people have been looking at them for
There's no flags next to their name.
They haven't yet, but I think you'll find that they could well be.
See, Rashford's 7.1 million and he's got 174 points. It's not. It's a good return. That
great fantasy turn, good price, great return. Yeah. It's great.
Fernandez 9.5 million, 129 points.
Yeah, Fernandez used to be a great fantasy asset. So,
I honestly thought Fernandez would have kicked on with Ronaldo no longer being there.
Yeah,
but it hasn't worked.
No, but I think he could be a good option still going forward. So it's going to be interesting now because a lot of people free hitted last week, and you got people like me. I was looking down, right? There's still people, and I was surprised. There's still a lot of people that have wildcard, bench boost. I think there's someone in our league that has bench boost and wildcard still, and it wasn't Lee. I mean, there's someone else. So it's going to be very interesting. There's a lot of people this week that are probably taking hit, are going to be hit pretty badly. But I think you're going to find there's going to be a lot of dishing out of pain coming for a lot of people. Because a lot of people now have burnt all the chips. There's going to be a lot of the people who got hurt this week, they're going to be coming back at you hard in the upcoming weeks.
Well, Leeds going to have to seriously consider. You still got bench, but no, you got triple captain, haven't you, Lee?
I got triple captain 2s and bench boost.
Yeah, we're going to have to start thinking about that in game week.
Well,
34.
You've got the double game week in 34. You've got a double in 36 and 37. So
you've still got a few options.
Yeah, I mean, triple captain. I mean, the obvious choice is probably Haaland 34, isn't it? I'd have thought. You know, that's the obvious one. Then whether you can build
the bench in that time.
Yeah, you can either use your triple captain 37 or 34. Then I'd use my bench boost. So you need to build up a half decent bench. You were doubling, so yeah.
Rafinha to Newcastle United transfer rumours. It won't put it past me.
Not all the people have a good game week of Inter, as some of you are going to find out.
Next week, I am looking to bring in either Mahrez, Gundogan, or Grealish. See, Grealish he's a cracking player. Is Grealish this season? He's been better than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, he wasn't the first half of the season. The second half, he started to play a lot more. So,
who would you go with out of them three? Mahrez, Gundogan, or Grealish? I'd go Grealish, I think.
Oh, sorry, is that a question for me? Sorry, that's Mars way. Yeah. Next week, I'm looking to bring in either Mahrez, Gundogan, or Grealish. Yeah, I mean, Grealish is probably the most. It's so frustrating, though, because Mahrez and Gundogan are really good fantasy football assets. They just don't get played enough.
No.
Very frustrating, Man City, because the potential of some of their players are just insane.
I agree. Manny saying that Avinda says that she's going on that harmony. I think she means go on harmony. All the people will have a good week. All the people will have a good week this week.
This week, yeah, but 34 onwards, I think you're going to see a bit of punishment incoming.
Good evening, Ian. Hope you're doing well. Watching. Hope you are well and have had a good weekend. Well, apart from Leeds. How's Legend Leeds today? Have likes as normal, guys. Cheers, Ian. Thank you very much. 34 for Lee, and I think our captain, a Brighton player. He must have a statue.
What do you mean a statue? Let's have a look at Lee's team. I mean, I would. You're a bit oddly because you've got bench boost still. Not many people have bench boost left. Like,
yeah, he's got a good team, as Lee.
Lee, Gakpo. I don't know. I'd probably go Haaland captain if he was going to captain with 34. I don't know about Brighton midfielder. 34. Where Brighton got? Wolves, Man United. There is an argument, but the Man City have West Ham and Fulham. I mean, I think they're better fixtures, wouldn't you thought?
Yeah, I think Haaland's your best, your safe bet, isn't it?
But
Haaland's your
again,
safe bet.
that's if you play it safe. Always do
And
what you want.
everyone will. Everyone will. Everyone will be back on Haaland now as captain again.
Yeah.
I think we've had a bit of fun this week. Just gone. Just let me dog have. I think we've
Well,
had,
yeah,
we've had a bit of fun.
I'll be honest with you. This week for the captaincy, I feel it was quite hard. I'm glad I got someone. I mean, you saw a lot of people had Watkins. So this week was a week where you had to kind of pick someone who did return. So as bad as my game week was, I'm glad I got my captain choice right. Otherwise,
Yeah, well, I've enjoyed it this week. I hate to say it, but I've enjoyed it more this week, knowing that we've had to pick a captain. What isn't a dead cert, if that makes sense. We've all been allowed to have a bit of fun.
Well, we've had to think.
Well, think, because normally it's straight on Ireland and it's boring. Picking Haaland every week's boring as captain.
Well,
it really is.
You're probably fine from now to the end of the season. That's probably what everyone's going to be doing.
Yeah, it's going to be boring. And I don't think a lot of people will go against that grain. I really don't.
Right.
Take care. See you tomorrow, Vinda, mate.
See you later, Vinda. Saying that, didn't Vinda said he was going about half an hour ago, didn't he?
Yes.
He comes back.
Mr. Singh, Vinda Singh. Yep. Foden is back from injury, may be bad for Grealish game time.
What was that? Foden he could do, but I think Foden will take a while to come back, won't he? And even when he is fit, he's weird. He'll come in, he'll score a hat trick, and then not start for another 5 games.
No, that's keeping him grounded, isn't it?
It's so strange. I think he's got. I love Foden. I think he's such a good player.
I mean, if they put a -3 captain on Brighton player, there must be a statue made of him. Ah.
Oh, I got you. Oh, right, okay. Oh, I know what you're saying. That if he dare take a risk, he would need it. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I see you. I wouldn't be surprised. Lee could probably do it. It's going to be interesting. Like say, we're doing the deadline stream tomorrow because it's full on.
Yep.
I think this week's probably going to be a bit more of a normal week because you've got a lot of people who had free hit teams and their teams going back to normal. So it's going to be more about team news, injuries. I think there's a lot of people that'll be quite settled this week. I would suggest.
I agree. I'm in agreement with you. But
I found last week stressful. In fantasy football, I don't know about anyone else, but because I weren't free hitting, I found last week really hard.
Yeah, you could tell your little vein sticking out at the top of your head.
Yeah. I was frustrated with it in the end, but I did find it hard to figure out who to go for. What do I do? So,
say something. It's 7 o'clock and it's pitch. It's like a summer's day out there today.
Yeah, it's coming, isn't it?
It's
like hey, I got to quickly go to the toilet because Kelly was in the bath when I went up there. But it's like we're in Brazil, isn't it? I'll leave you that quickly.
There he goes. And there he goes again. He's off to the toilet, really.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to do? Who are you having as captain, Haaland?
It's between Haaland or McAllister.
I'll go Haaland. Or are you thinking McAllister?
I don't know. It's between these because McAllister's got no go for it. That's the easiest one fixture.
Have you got Haaland in your team?
Yeah.
Right, so you don't have to make a transfer to bring him in then, do you?
No.
So your transfer, in theory, you could do with using that transfer to start concentrating on your bench for your bench boost. Deadline in the midweek does not give me much time to think about think about transfers. Hangel, do what we do. We do them. I'll have a look tonight. I'll have a look tonight, and 9 times out of 10, I make up my mind early. You see, unless you're very lucky, you won't get any more team news of the normal games because most of the press conferences have all been done, haven't they? You know what I mean? So, which We'll have to wait and see what happens. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But right, Lee, I'm having a look at your team. I'm going to get your team on screen. Is that all right, Lee?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to get your team up on screen again so we can have a look at your bench. I want to discuss your bench if we can, Lee. Right, let me make it bigger. Let's make it bigger so everyone can see it before I start sharing screen again. Here we go. Right, so this is your team, Lee. That. Right. So let's have a look at your bench. Right, you've got McAllister who you're going to be bringing in, aren't you?
Mm.
So who are you dropping in midfield? Eze? Or Gakpo?
I put 2 players on bench. Put Gakpo on bench.
Right, you put Gakpo on bench already, right?
And I put Saka on bench.
I would have put Gakpo and Eze on bench and kept Saka in team. I would, then that way you've got Saka, Mitoma, and McAllister as your 3 midfielders. Because I don't think Eze is going to do a lot. Like, who's he playing?
Wolves.
Who's he playing this next game week?
Wolves.
I think that could be a difficult game for Palace. But yeah, I'd put in Eze to your bench, and I'd put Saka back in your squad. That's what I'd do.
So, I mean, this is a question for everyone. I've got to remember we've got to do a poll question tomorrow, haven't we? We've got to think of a poll question before we go live stream. Are Arsenal players versus Man City? Yay, no? Yes, no? Is it worth it? Are people risking many Arsenal players versus Man City? Because there's a couple of teams that are free. You got Odegaard, Martinelli, and Saka.
Midfielders, yeah. You can afford to risk
surely
them.
you're not going to be playing them against Man City, are you? All 3 of them.
I don't know, because they can, like you said, they don't get points they don't get any points taken off them for conceding apart from bookings and own goals. But it's normally defence, isn't it, who gets points taken off.
Yeah, I mean they'll get the clean sheet points going for a midfielder. That's like 1 point, but they could return.
I'd keep the 3 Arsenal players in midfield.
Surely though, Man City are going to go really heavy on that game because it's basically almost a title decider, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is, isn't it? Let's be honest.
I mean, so is it going to be low scoring? Is it going to be high scoring? Because Arsenal, I mean, saying that, I guess I'm trying to figure out if Arsenal go for it. Yeah, Arsenal are going to be the more cautious, aren't they? Because they've got the advantage because they're 5 points ahead. So I don't know what to make out of that game. If it's going to be high scoring or low scoring.
It's going to be one good cracking game of football to watch, though. I tell you, it's going to be really exciting to watch.
Yeah, I'm trying to think from a fantasy perspective. You know what I mean?
I think if you've got Saka, Martinelli, and Odegaard in midfield, you don't take -4 point hits to bring in a Man City player.
Yeah, but would you play all 3 against them?
If you've got them in your squad, yeah.
What, against Man City away?
It all depends on who your other midfielders are. If you've got 3 Man City midfielders and 3 Arsenal midfielders, I'd say bring your Man City midfielders in. But if you've got 3 Arsenal players, 1 Man City player, I wouldn't disrupt that midfield.
Interesting.
Because to get to a Man City player, if you've already got 3 Arsenal players in, you're gonna have to use either your transfers, or you might have to take a -4 hit to bring in a Man City midfielder in. And are they guaranteed to get as many 4 more points than what your current 3 Arsenal players have got?
See, Harmony's made a good point. I've just seen that. McAllister. I was watching McAllister versus Man United yesterday. And he has dropped into a more deeper role, but then he did pop up quite a few times in the box.
Yeah.
He's an odd player, McAllister. I've got him, but sometimes I look at him going, did I pick the right one? I think it's because he's got the penalties.
Yeah, and like you says, you pointed it out 3 weeks ago. Solly March gets more players than Alexa McAllister.
He gets more points, yeah.
Yeah, points. That's what I meant. Yeah, points.
Yeah.
Have you got Lee on your right? I'm looking at your team now, right? You've got on your bench. I mean, I know you've made some transfers, but you've got McAllister and Mitoma.
Mm.
And so you've got 2 Brighton players in your team.
Yeah.
What I do is I'd go 4-3-3. I keep Saka in you on pitch. I bring in Mitoma and McAllister, drop Gakpo at bench, and drop Eze at bench if you want to keep him this week. But you see, you're going to have to drop either Tony or Kane. You could go 4-3-3, I guess. You could go 4-3-3 and play. You've got 5 midfielders playing, 5 defenders playing. You've got me playing, Trippier playing, Gabriel playing, Moba playing, and Canonte playing. Hank Hill says, I think Haaland is 99% picked for captain and Salah 1%. But West Ham at the weekend were good. They were very good.
But what I was trying to say with Salah versus West Ham, which we proved, is he does get returns against West Ham. Salah is a captaincy option this week.
It's a choice option, but is he going to be the option? I don't think he will. I think if you've already got Haaland in your side, a lot of people, Russell, are going to pick Haaland.
Of course, no. I expect Haaland to be virtually the captain, but thinking a bit outside, I mean, would you argue that some Leicester players are captaincy options this week?
I just really like it's going to be a bloody cagey game. Because it depends on what Leeds turn up. That's the problem. If we played, you see, I was speaking to Kieran, me and Kieran pre the game, and then we spoke a bit about it after the game, and what Kieran says, what Garcia has to do is to keep it tight, keep it game as long as you can at 0-0.
We tried that against Liverpool and Fulham and lost.
Yeah, and it didn't work. So is he going to go all out attack?
What it comes down to is we're not very good, are we? We can't really play either way. We just got to hope that we can just somehow spawn the results. Also, captaincy options. Looking at my team quickly because I didn't want to drift off to a Leeds conversation. Brighton players versus Forest.
No, I think Brighton will feel a bit gutted that they didn't make it to the final.
Do you know what I see that Liverpool, that Brighton Forest game going? I see Forest did really well against Liverpool, right? This is usually what happens. They put up a really good performance against Liverpool, and then they'll go, Brighton at home, they're good, but we played a harder team. And Brighton will spank them.
I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure because couldn't Brighton be feeling gutted?
Yeah, but wait, it's like the Bournemouth thing, isn't it? Think of it like this. Bournemouth beat Spurs 3-2. Yeah? Who do they have next? West Ham home. What happens? 4-0 West Ham. It happens like that a lot. A lot. I think Brighton are going to tonk Forest.
I thought Liverpool were going to twonk Forest, but it didn't happen like that.
Yeah, I know, because teams do up the game. Do you know how us fans are very scared of the last couple of fixtures? That's when probably Leeds will turn up because we're complete underdogs. I think we play better when we're not favourites.
But to be fair, Russell, this season, when have we been favourites?
Not often, but when we have, we struggle.
Struggle when we're not favourites.
That's true. But, devil's advocate, maybe not as bad as we think the last 4.
You see, I mean, Lee's got Verber in his side.
Yeah,
He's got Verber in his team. You know what I mean? It's weird. I thought Verber had a good game, but he got 0 points.
Yeah. I mean,
It's mad.
Yeah, actually, that's a good call, Harmony. In fact, I like those last two comments. You know.
Isaac is also a shot for me against Everton.
Yeah, I can see that. Definitely.
Well, they're on a high, aren't they, at Newcastle? I mean, you beat Tottenham 5-1, but it's 6-1 in end.
6-1.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And it's very depressing to look at teams on the up in it. I mean, football. I always say football's like this. Unless you're Man City, where you can just pay for it to be always at the top, most other clubs are like this. And where Newcastle are like this, Leeds are on one of these ones, where previously we were like that. It goes in waves, football, usually. And we're on a downward wave right now.
Forest have scored least goals in the Premier League this year. And Pervis Estupiñán is very attack-minded, so he could be a pick as for captain.
That is the ultimate Maverick pick, Estupiñán. But I can see where you're coming from, because you've got to remember, Forest have to go for it. Forest can't sit back. And Brighton are a very good team. Now, I'm not saying picking Brighton captain, because I know everyone's going to pick Haaland. But I am throwing the idea out there that there is other people and there is some other genuinely good options. And Arsenal at home could be a very tough game for Man City.
Well, would you pick Martinelli Saka as your captain this week?
I think that's a bigger risk.
You see, Saka's going to have a game of his life. Or see, everything went down Saka and Martinelli's way channels.
I think if you were telling me, would I pick a Brighton or Arsenal player as captain, I could probably go Brighton.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's difficult, mate. It's difficult.
But
this is why we love to get football. This is why we love it, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's going to be an injury. It's just, this week. I mean, I'm quite happy personally. I'm happy to have got that last week out the way because I knew that was going to hurt. So for me now, from now on, it's like right, game on now. Do you know what? I think Spurs will get a result against Man United. As bad as Spurs have been.
Yeah, well, Spurs have got some. Well, Man United have got some injured players.
Yeah,
Spurs have now managerless. The caretakerless. I think it's that Ryan Mason who will keep in charge.
Well, he was in charge. He was in charge. He was in charge of him when Leeds beat him 3-1.
Yeah.
In the first season, he was in charge of that game, weren't
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Mason? Is it Chris Mason or Ryan Mason?
Ryan Mason. He used to play for. Ryan Mason. He retired early, didn't he? I think he got ahead. I think he played at Hull City. He fractured his skull, if I remember correctly. He got a really bad injury at Hull City.
I mean, I live a sad life, and I've been watching some Spurs YouTube channels, and they were they were saying that that Mason isn't even a club legend or all. He's just somebody. He's a yes man to leave it.
Yeah. He does seem pretty bland, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, he is. Reminds you a bit of
do we know who Angel supports? We don't, do we? Angel, who do you support in the Premiership?
It's in Premier League. I don't think he's ever said, but in sports, is it Flamingo or somewhere in Brazil?
Angel, who do you support in the Premiership? He's probably a Man United fan. Well, wait, he's a Man United fan. He'll say Man United.
It's all right, Angel. We won't hold it against you, kid. We won't hold it against you.
Harmony will. She'll start blocking all your comments.
Yeah.
We'll go, how come we never hear from Angel anymore? I mean, Harmony going, I know he's a Man United fan. He told us.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
To be fair, she ain't blocked Tyler Paul, and he's a Chelsea fan.
Oh, really? Yeah, it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, you can get on with opposing fans, can't you? So, you know, we're enemies in football, but you don't have to take it beyond that, do you?
I think match days for me this season's just been being a fan of Leeds is I ain't enjoyed this season at all.
No, I think it's worse than last year. Well, Watford. God, they're having a bad season, aren't they, Watford? I thought they'll come straight back up, you know, and they're stuck, aren't they? They're not going to get in the playoffs, I don't think. Which is quite scary because I actually don't think Watford are that bad. But it's the Championship, isn't it? So.
Flamese in Brazil and Watford in England, they took care of Richarlison and Joel Pedro.
That's quite refreshing because most foreign fans of the Premiership will support the Big Four. I mean, you won't meet many that will support Watford.
Do you know what I'm surprised at? And I don't mean it this in a disrespectful way, and I mean this. I'm surprised how many foreign fans support Tottenham.
It's
they're big in China, aren't they? They're big in Hong Kong and stuff like that because of song.
Yeah, Korea,
But, you know, Korea, but they've got them in Australia, America. You know, I'm surprised how big Tottenham are.
Well, it's because they're an established top 14 for the last 10 years or whatever. So if you're in the Champions League, the exposure you get, you got to remember that for foreign people, Leeds probably isn't a team they really know that well because we haven't been in the league for 16 years. There'll be a team that they look at and be like, oh, who are these? And that's just the next generation. I mean, a lot of youngsters probably don't really know who Leeds are.
And the Americans have started to show more of an interest in Leeds when Marsh became manager, when we brought in Aronson, Tyler Adams.
Yeah, but they've also they also don't like it if you criticise them as well. So what's strange is in England we'll criticise people fair. I think the way it should be. If they're playing poorly, you get called out. But obviously, the Americans seem so patriotic towards their own. Any criticism is seen as a form of attack, which is quite strange. You know.
Yeah, you're right, because I remember saying about Tyler Adams, you know, he's been a good servant for Leeds, but the previous two games prior to his injury, his form dropped off.
But it does show how much we've missed him.
Well, everyone thought bringing Verba back in would be enough, didn't they? But we still concede 2 goals, and we're still conceding 2 goals a game. On average, it might be a bit more now.
For me, anything but relegation's a plus. Yeah, and I've been thinking that for ages. And again, it's not like I've not said. I've said that for ages. I could see where we were going in December, but people, I don't think people either could see that or they didn't want to see it. I could already see the problems quite. I was thinking, and even after January. I thought with who we signed, I thought, oh, we've got a good chance now because we've reinforced. But even that's not worked out, has it?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and it's not getting any better, Russell.
No, I'm expecting Championship football next year, personally. If we don't get it, it'd be brilliant. You know, it's going to be. I mean, the buzz you got from last year was staying up on the last day. There's nothing like it. I would say that's more exciting. Almost than anything, isn't it? Because you're like facing death almost in a weird way.
Well, I mean, finishing 15th and 16th. What do you get from it? What do you get out of it? Apart from security. But I were hoping that when we got promoted, we'd be more than that. And I'm not saying we challenge you for titles or challenge you for cups, but have a good cup run and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Well, can you imagine if we were still in the cup with our league form as it is? we couldn't cope with a cup. We never could cope with a cup run. We just couldn't. Even without a cup run, we're still getting injuries left, right, and centre. You know, it's just. You know one thing? I just don't get how the injuries we get. It's strange. It's so strange. Fluminense were a top Brasilia Serie A this year, but yes, Watford are not a big club. Yeah, I mean Watford. I mean they are in the Premiership, but like Leeds, a lot of teams, a lot of foreigners won't really know Watford. But obviously, a lot of country. I guess what happens is if Brazilian players go to Watford, you're going to know who Watford are, aren't you? It's like
Well, you follow them, don't you?
Yeah, they kind of associate because it's one of their countrymen. I guess you do build because we strangely have a big Scandinavian following, don't we?
Yeah, I know he ain't Leeds play, but I like to see how Jude Bellingham's doing at Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah,
because he's a British player.
Yeah. So you do have when you see your own countrymen go abroad. I mean, English players don't do it as much, do they? Because obviously English players can usually stay in the Premiership. So,
Inkish says, "Afternoon, all. I want to enjoy Leeds United playing football. Don't we all? Don't we all?
It's a bit depressing, isn't
it? Angel says, yes, Richarlison and Pedro, two of our best young players, went to Watford.
I can't see João Pedro staying at Watford this year.
No.
If they don't get promotion, I think he'll leave.
Richarlison can't even get into Spurs team, can he? Really? He can't get a start.
He's a good player. When he's on form, he's a good player.
It's your fondness of Watford, Angel. Yeah, I do and all. He's not a glorious supporter, is he?
No. Neither are we, Stu, because if we wanted glory, we would support someone else. We like punishment.
Well, I won't say I like punishment, but we take punishment, that is for sure.
Yeah. A lot of punishment right now. Very depressing. But yeah, I mean, game week, it's going to be interesting fantasy. What time's the deadline stream tomorrow, Stu?
It's 6:30. Is it what? Is it after 6?
6.
6 o'clock. Well, that's early again, isn't it? So you'll be starting your deadline at 10 to 5, I presume?
Yeah.
I won't be able to make it that early, so I'll pop on, but I'll have to pop on during your stream.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. Yeah, no.
But if you can think of any questions, we could probably maybe think of a poll to start with between the two of us tomorrow. We can message each other during the day and figure out what the big question is for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Then we can do a poll.
Definitely. Angel says that my son and news that Milan want Pedro in the summer.
Yeah, he'll go. He'll go. So, but it's good. Anyway, we've had a lot. It's good to see Angel. I feel like Angel's part of the family.
He is now.
Harmony's been quite quiet, which I've been surprised with. She had a good game week.
But everyone's
come in. It's been good in the comments, and also it's good to see a lot of people have good weeks. I had a bad week, but a lot of people have good weeks this week. So well done.
Thank you. Russell's thanking everyone for having a good week.
It's good because there's a lot of little mini leagues going. Who's the top of the Statham mini league? I didn't check that. Who's top of that?
Me.
Oh yeah, you were all together, weren't you? Or Bowen's in the middle of you all now. Oh, and you got Bowen and Tilly. So who you got? You got Stu 7th, Liam 9th, and Lee 11th. Okay, there's not much between you. Oh, actually, Stu, you have got a bit of a lead, actually. Yeah.
Oh, look at Lee. He hits it when his dad does well.
Oh, yeah, he's a bit ahead of you.
Yeah, he does. Captain Paul and eyes on double game week 34 too. Yeah,
wait, do you think a Captain Paul's worth it? Because everyone's going to go Haaland. I think we're going to have to be a bit more creative than that. Because Haaland's going to be the captain for everyone. I can't see. I think we can figure out a better question for tomorrow. There has to be something that's got to come out that makes it a good question. I mean, Captain Paul's the obvious one, but I just can't. I just can't. I think everyone's just going to pick Haaland.
Well, that might be a good question. How many ex-players of Arsenal have you got in your side, and how many starting the Man City have you got in your side?
Yeah, we'll figure out a poll. I mean, Hardy says she has Salah, but when it comes to deadline, when it's 10 minutes to 6 and you sat there, you're looking at your screen going, oh, I've got Salah as captain.
Well, I brought Salah in my squad, didn't I? On last minute.
He's still a good asset to keep.
Yeah. But
He's a good player. Definitely, he could definitely return against West Ham.
I think so. I think
If
so.
I
I think
think
I'm going to keep him.
Well, I think what we'll do is we'll figure out questions tomorrow. Maybe we could do 2 polls. Maybe we could start with the captain poll.
Yeah.
And then we'll do that for the first half, and then we'll put another poll. So,
Yeah.
you know, your captaincy choices this week are probably Haaland, Salah. Who else is there?
Martinelli. Solly March.
Watkins, Fulham home. I think that's a captaincy choice. I think the captaincy choices are Kane, Watkins, Salah, Haaland, or you can maybe put a Matoma in there for Brighton, Forest away.
I think I could get 5 in, I think.
Yeah. Maybe even Leicester. I keep saying Leicester. I think Leicester could spank Leeds tomorrow.
Dear me. We'll think of something, guys. We'll think of something.
Isaac.
Yeah,
Newcastle can't wait there. Yeah, Isaac. Yeah. Okay, then we've got a few options. We could probably do that for the first half of the show, couldn't you, as a poll? And then we could figure out a different question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Well, has anyone got else you want to say before we start wrapping show up?
No. It's been really good to see everyone in the comments. It's good. There's been loads of comments today, and that's really good. So we've drifted into Leeds talk, but we've also kept it on track with fantasy football. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what everyone does tomorrow.
Good man. Lee, have you got what you want to add?
No.
Still a man of very few words, but very talented, aren't you, lad? You're very wise. You're very wise, Lee. Well, look, guys, thank you everyone in chat for keeping us entertained tonight. I will be back on again at 10. Kieran's joining me. Titch is joining me. Mally's joining me.
Well, that'll be a fun stream for you.
Yeah, the rise of West Ham and the demise of Leeds.
Yeah, you'll have to sit there and listen to all the West Ham fans feeling very comfortable and calm while the Leeds fans.
I think it was safe before that game, if I'm honest.
You what, sorry?
I think West Ham was all but safe before that game.
Yeah, I've been saying I'm expecting West Ham and Leicester to pull away. I've been saying that for ages. I just think, I just got a horrible feeling Leicester are going to pull away, and we're going to be one of the games that are helping pull away.
Let's just hope Leeds can get results tomorrow night. We can talk about that tomorrow night, but I hope we can.
Yeah. Don't worry, don't worry. If we don't win tomorrow, we can beat Man City away.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the point. Tomorrow. We'll be able to do the fantasy and have a look at Leeds game.
Well, no, because the deadline's 6, isn't it? We're not going to have any team news or anything. Don't kick off till what time's kick off? 8 o'clock. Yeah, so we're going to know anything.
Yeah. Right, well, look, guys, thank you very much for watching this edition of the Sable Team. Thank you, everyone in chat, as always, and we will speak to you all tomorrow. So thank you for watching this edition of the Sable Team. There's only one thing left to say. It's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye, mate.
Goodbye from me.
Take care, everybody, and good luck with your upcoming game week, and well done for this week.
And we'll see you tomorrow night.